Hi and welcome back to the channel. This is a quick recon of stage 5 and stage 6 of the dirt racing series. This is the Syco-list. Let's get on with it. So this video then will cover stage 5 and stage 6 of the dirt racing series. The reason for that is that these stages are going to be run back to back on the final day of this tour series. So that means you're going to take on stage 5, which is an individual time trial, followed by stage 6, which is a points race. So let's have a look at stage 5 first then, the individual time trial. The course for this one is in Watopia and it's the classic. So we're going to head over to Java Island for this one. It's an individual time trial. There are some segments in play. So let's have a look at the course first then. The Java Island is a custom finish. It's 13.1 kilometers in length and 113 meters of elevation. This individual time trial is slightly different. It's going to be a mass start. PT bikes only available and there'll be no draft in play. There are going to be some FAL and FTS points along the way. So let's have a quick look at them. So your first chance of points is going to be the Jarvis Com for FAL points, followed by the Jarvis Sprint for FTS, followed by the Jarvis Com for FTS as well. So for this one, with the upgrades to the recent bikes and things like that, I'm probably going to use the Cadex Tri with the DT Swiss disc wheel set because that's my trusted TT bike. There might be other options out there available for you, just need to do a bit of research. I haven't been able to get up to date with all the bike changes in the new Zwift update. But I'll be going with the Cadex Tri with the DT Swiss disc wheel set for this one. Like with all my recon videos, you'll find the recon notes down in the description below. Please use them whilst you're out on the course, they might come in for you. For this one as an individual time trial, with those points available also out on course, let's have a look at this course on the recon.
So here we go then, stage 5 starts in the Watopia race bends and leads us out into downtown Watopia. So this one we're going to have a short run through Watopia and lead us out towards the volcano and head out there from the volcano out to Jarvis Island to start 2 laps of the classic course. So the lead in for this one, as you can see, is on the screen at the moment. The overall race of this one is an individual time trial and is 13.1 kilometers in length and 113 meters of elevation, with a custom finish just after the sprint segment, if my maths and that is correct. But as you can see, just leading out now, this is an individual time trial with no draft in play, but it is a mass start, so you can race with your teammates, but obviously the draft is not enabled. So this is a pure out and out, get your best performance out if possible. On this one as well, there are FTS and FAL points available to you, so you need to work wisely to get them. The Jarvis Com, the Jarvis Sprint and the second Jarvis Com are those segments in play, so make sure you know which one is FAL and which one is FTS and work towards getting those points for your team as well on this individual time trial. But as you can see, we're just making our way through the volcano now, and that will lead us nicely into Jarvis Island and we can start the first lap of this course. So here we go then, starting Jarvis Island, passing through that banner there will probably give you a power up, obviously unsure as to what. But we'll start this slight climb here at 4.5 kilometers before we start the Jarvis Com, which is going to be for FAL points. It's 1.8 kilometers in length and 1.8% average gradient, if I've read that correctly off the screen. But yeah, just need to sit in for this one, work for those points. It's FAL the first time round. Get through this climb, working hard on your individual time trial, and then we head out to the Jarvis Sprint. So crossing over the wooden bridge now, and you can see the finish of that comm just here, which will give you your FAL points if you are first across the line or in the top positions for those points. Moving on from there, we head slightly downhill and head down towards the Jarvis sprint for the first time. This is in play for FTS, fastest through the segment, so just bear that in mind as you attack this sprint here. Coming through that banner, you'll probably get another power up as well, so just be mindful of what you get. And then we take a left hand loop back round to do a second lap of the same circuit. This time your Jarvis comm is going to be for FTS, so this is a full out effort now. Get across that finish banner for that comm as quickly as you possibly can to be in with a chance to get some FTS points for your team. And then the custom finish will come just after the Java sprint for the second time, where there's no points on offer. So here we go then, across the wooden bridge for the final time, that final dig in now to get yourself to that comm banner, to get your team some much needed FTS points, and then make the recovery, take some deep breaths and get ready for the finish. You need to empty the tank on this one, but remember stage 6 follows straight after stage 5, so you need to be prepared and ready to get involved in that points race after this event. But as we come down here, it is 13.1 kilometers with a custom finish. It might be that the finish is just after the banner.
So there you go then, that's a quick recon of stage 5, the individual time trial. But don't go anywhere, because I'm going to give you a run through now of stage 6. The stage 6 in the dirt racing series is going to take us to Scotland for the Scotland Smash. This featured in the Zwift games recently, so if you've taken part in that, you might have ridden this course as one of the races then. The Scotland Smash itself then is 18 kilometres in length and 167 metres of elevation. This really is a punchy little course. I rode it in the Zwift games, my video is on my channel, but also I've ridden it on numerous other occasions, and it really is a punchy little course. Being a points race then, there are FTS and FAL points up for grabs. Let's have a look at those quickly then. For your first chance of points, going to be on the Breakaway Bray. That's for FTS points. When we come back into Scotland, the Clyde Kicker is going to give you your FAL points. So your final chance to get any points are going to be FTS points on the Champions Sprint. Again, like in Dirt Racing Series, power-ups I'm unsure of. There'll be a random on the day, so make the most of them when you get them. Bike choice for this one, with all the changes that have happened on Zwift in recent weeks, I'm not fully up to speed, and Zwifter Bikes is not up to date currently with the new selections. But it's quite likely, after racing yesterday, I'm probably going to use the Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL8 again, maybe with a DT Swiss disc wheel set or other disc wheel set. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research myself to work out what's best for me. I am quite liking the SL8 bike at the moment. Again, the Recon Notes for this video will be down in the description below. You can use them whilst you're out on course and have a look at where those punchy little parts are going to be. The Clyde Kicker is definitely going to be one of them, and it comes quite early in the race. Anyway, stage 6, Scotland Smash. Dive into the Recon.
So here we go then. The Scotland Smash starts off in the streets of Glasgow, and very quickly into this one, I think in the first kilometre, you're going to take on the Clyde Kicker. But looking at how Dirt Racing have written their FTS and FAL scoring systems, the first points available to you are going to be on the breakaway bray. So the first time through, the Clyde Kicker is not showing as a point segment. So make the most of this one and roll through the streets of Glasgow before you head out into the countryside, where we will take on the breakaway bray for the first points. This is an interesting little course. It's punchy, and you'll find that it's very much on and off the power throughout this one. There's some quite interesting rollers in it as well, which people will attack on, and it comes down to who wants those points the most, I think, on this one, because I don't think if anyone attacks the points, they're going to ease off over the top of them. I think it will be full gas the whole time. If you've had a chance to race this in the Zwift games, then you'll know the course quite well. But looking at the way that dirt racing have set out their points, the breakaway bray is your first chance of points before we come back into Glasgow to do the Clyde Kicker and the champion sprint for a second time. So here we go then, the breakaway bray coming in at just under 9 kilometers in this one. This one is your first chance for points, which is FTS points. So make an effort on this one, just over sort of a minute, probably under a minute effort in a race scenario. But that's your first chance for FTS points before we head back into the streets of Glasgow to take on the Clyde Kicker and the champion sprint. So here we are back in the streets of Glasgow before we take the right hand bend here, which is going to lead us on to the Clyde Kicker. This is going to be for FAL points this time round, according to the dirt racing point system. So that one there, the Clyde Kicker, is your FAL points, which leads us nicely on to the next chance for points, which is the Champions Sprint. And this is going to be for your FTS points. So just bear with it. It comes after a left-hand bend into the Champions Sprint, and it is going to be for your FTS points. So hold on, hold those wheels if you're still in with a chance, and here is your Champions Sprint. So we've left the streets of Glasgow behind, and now we're back out in the countryside. This is the final kick up here, which you need to push on for. There is going to be a slight descent as shown in the heads up display, which will take us into the roundabout. Taking the first exit off the roundabout will lead us into the finishing sprint.
So there you go then, that's stage 6 recon done for you. This video obviously covering stage 5 and stage 6 in one video is due to the fact that both these races are being ridden back to back, so the final day will cover both these stages. Don't forget to get those recon notes out and ready to use out on course. There's only one final thing to say, and that is, if you are liking the videos and the content that I produce, please do give the channel a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.